Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another query related to journaling through which we can fetch the information related to journals. Okay. In our last session, we discussed a query through which we fetched the information related to the journal receivers and also related to the journaled objects. But this time we are going to use the query which will provide us all the information related to journal. Okay, and this session is again very important for project analysis purpose. Why? Because there might be various scenario you will face or you will encounter in maybe in your upcoming days, or maybe you are right now using these things. So this query or the information which we can retrieve from this query can be helpful in your analysis purpose also. Okay, so I recommend you to keep a note of every query and information that I'm sharing here, because this is very useful for you. Fine. So what we will do, first of all, I will check one object, because that object we will use as a reference. So I'm running one work obj command here for my journal stupf and stujrnpf jrnpf, which is in library Sharmit 1. And you can see my journal name is stujrnpf, type is STRJRN, and library is Sharmit 1. Okay, so this is the journal. Now what we can do, we can use the query. So to use the query, I will simply write strsql. Here I will write the query, which is select star from, and my library name would be qsys2, not the Sharmit one. Why? Because this data or this information is fetched from qsys2. Now if you would like to check what is qsys2, maybe some of the team members, some of us are not aware of this thing, so let me show you that. Work obj. But if you are referring this session from a sequence, in a proper sequence, then I think there is no issue with you, because we are discussing this thing in every session. So you can see qsys2 is a library, prod library, which is present in qsys2. qsys2 is our object and library is qsys. This is used for system APIs. Okay, fine. So let's move ahead. Here what we are doing, selecting the all data from qsys2 dot journal info. So here I will write journal underscore info, and then simply hit enter. Once you hit enter, it will open this screen with all the values that is related to your journals. If I press shift F8, you can see there are various columns. Okay, so all these values we can fetch with the help of this query itself. Now let's focus on the columns, what all values we are getting from here. So the first value is journal name. Like, what is the journal name? Okay, you can see JRN1 is journal, and the one which we are taking as a reference is STUJRNPF. Okay, so this is our journal. Now let's say if someone give you the journal name and ask you to verify in which library it is. So simply you can search, use this query and just navigate for your journal, or maybe in where condition you can put the journal name, and it will show you this column for journal library. Okay, fine. Then we have ASP number and journal ASP group. I know, and I assume that most of the information which is here is not useful for you at the moment, because maybe you are not using those thing in your project, but it is very important, and it may be you can use that maybe in future. Okay, so just walk through these columns, so that at least you have idea that yes, whenever there is a need to fetch the journal ASP group, then we can simply use this query to fetch it. Okay, so this is the column ASP number. Then we have journal ASP group, attach journal receiver name. This is useful for us, right? Because let's say if someone give you journal name and ask you to check whether in with which journal it is attached, So in that case, what you can do, you can use this query. And even if you are using SQL RPGLE program, then also you can use this query in order to fetch the information. Okay, attached journal receiver name info. Then we have attached journal receiver library. That is also useful. Like we know the receiver name, but we are not sure about the receiver library. So that thing also we can fetch from here. Message queue. This is again very useful. Message queue along with message queue library. Delete receiver option. Now if you want to move right hand side, then you can either shift F8, you can press shift F8, or you can take this column as maybe 50 or as per your need. So I'm pressing 50. So you can see delete receiver option is there, yes or no. Okay, delete receiver delay is there, journal type is there, journal state is there. Then we have journal number of journal receiver. This is useful. Let's say if someone gives us a journal name and ask what how many journal receivers are attached with it. So in that case we can use this query. Hitting enter. Then we have total size journal receiver, total number receivers, number of journal receivers we have already covered, number of remote journals. Similarly, you can press shift F8 in order to fetch other information like number of remote journals is there, text is there. Let's say if you have particular text on your journal, then you can fetch your information with the help of text as well. Manage receiver option is there. Okay, all these information is useful, maybe not now, but in future for sure you are going to use these information. So keep a note of every column so that whenever it is needed we can simply use this query. Query is simple, we know, right? We can simply write the qsys2.journal underscore info, but the information which we are getting from this query is very important and very useful. Journal cache. Okay, uh, likewise you can press shift F8 or by shifting column 50-50, then you can find all these information like data name and everything. Journal object, it is showing. Journal object limit is maximum 250k is showing. Okay, journal data areas, if any data area is attached, then it will show along with their library, like whatever the information is providing. If there is a need to show the library, then it is showing that also. Some of the values are not set because of let's say if we have not set any information related to that journal, then in that case it keeps it as a blank or null. Okay, so this is all about these columns. Now if let's say if someone asks you to use these value in SQL RPGLE program, then in that case you can press shift F4, and for select field you can press shift F4, and from here you can find out all the information related to the data type, length. Okay, because in program if you are using, then you should be aware of all these things like what is the length, what is the data type. Fine. And let's say if someone asks you to identify the full name of this column, this field, then you can press your cursor here, press shift F8, and it will provide you the information like attached journal receiver name, system field, file, library, and all these information. Okay, so yeah, this is the one thing. And as I told you that if you are using your uh, public server, then we should take care of the server, and for that we should take a F4 option here. We should select the library as Sharmit one and only focus on our own library instead of others library. So with this query you can fetch all the information, but only for your library, not for all libraries. So this is our responsibility to take care of this server, because this is a free service provided by pub400. So we should take care of all the information and all the data, because it is providing a service platform to practice. So it's our duty to take care of the system. Okay, so yeah, this is all about this journal info query. And again I'm repeating that this is very useful query. Maybe not now, but in future you are going to use this query very much. So keep a note of it and just at least do some practice so that you can have some idea about this. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.